Will you be able to make a presentation to an audience of your ideal clients if you just have less than 30 minutes to get prepared? In this session, I want to share with you how you can stay inspired as a speaker, and it will make all the difference. I remember many years ago, I had maybe 3 years of experience in public speaking, and my spiritual leader was about to go into another town, to conduct a wedding ceremony. So he asked me to go with him. So we made the trip. We came to that city, and we came the same day of the wedding ceremony. So when we got into the city, we went directly to the venue where the wedding ceremony was about to happen. And when we came in that venue, I went to sit in the audience, and it took place among the officials who were supposed to lead the ceremony and bless the couple that was about to get married. And after a certain period of time, I decided to go outside to take some fresh air. And what happened when I was outside is that the MC came to see me and said to me that your leader says that it's you who will finally have to deliver the speech in this ceremony. And I said to him, are you kidding me? Which message, which speech are you talking about? He said to me that your leader is saying that finally if you have decided that you will be the one who will be delivering the speech in this wedding ceremony. I said, wow. And when he said to me that, he went back inside the venue, and I was shocked. And I had less than 30 minutes to get prepared. Finally, I got prepared. I delivered the speech, the message. And after that, I remember that maybe 2 years later or 3 years later, I met the woman that got married that day, the woman that got married during that wedding ceremony. And when we were talking, she said to me that, do you know that I still have the video of my wedding ceremony? I said, of course, normally you are supposed to have the video of your wedding ceremony. And she said to me that, no, not just because of that, because many times, most of my friends, when they came over in my house, they want to see the wedding ceremony video. And most of the time, all of them are moved by your speech. They are moved by your message. And that day, I remember I started laughing. And she didn't knew that I was laughing because she was talking about a message that is making impact that I had less than 30 minutes to prepare. And I want you to understand that as a speaker, I want you to see yourself as a battery or as a smartphone. And I want you to understand that being inspired, have the inspiration you need to be able to deliver a speech wherever it is needed. It's like being a smartphone full of energy. You have to understand that is very important. Imagine a smartphone that doesn't have energy. It's useless. It has all those great apps, all those great potentialities, but without energy, it will be of no use to its owner. And that is how you have to see yourself. You have many good things inside of you, but you need to be charged. You need to be filled with inspiration. And as a smartphone, it is something that you have to do on a daily basis. If you are not charged, you have to understand that at a certain moment of your speaking business or your speaking career, people will feel like you don't have something good to say. You may be saying the same words, but in the spiritual realm, in the emotional realm, there will be something that is missing. There is this situation that happened in the time of Jesus. The Bible says that Jesus was passing through a city, and many people came to touch him because they wanted him to release some power to heal them, to perform some miracles. And the Bible says that there was a woman in that city. When she heard that Jesus was passing by, she said to herself that if only I could touch just his clothes, just his robe, I know that I will be healed. And she decided to go to meet Jesus and touch just his robe, just his clothes. And she made her way through all this crowd and succeeded in touching the clothes of Jesus. Imagine yourself being Jesus being overcrowded, people pressing him from many angles, and that woman came coming over just to touch the robe, the cloth of Jesus. But Jesus said something. The Bible says that he turned and asked, "Who touched me?" And finally, the woman said that it is me. And one thing that is important is the story is that Peter, one of the apostles of Jesus, said to Jesus that, how can you say that? How can you ask who touched you? You are overcrowded. People are pressing you from all over the place. And you are asking us who touched you? And Jesus answered Peter by saying to him that, I know that somebody touched me because there is a quantity of power that got out of me, and I knew that someone touched me. What is the morality? One of the moralities of that story is that when you are out there, maybe you are ministering, maybe you are speaking, maybe you are making a presentation, you are releasing energy. That is why I said to you in the beginning that you have to see yourself as a battery. When you speak, you are releasing energy, you are releasing power, and you have to recharge yourself. You have to fill yourself every day with energy, because every time you speak, you release energy and you release power. And to stay inspired, it is to have that energy, because inspiration, what is inspiration? Inspiration, it is receiving new ideas, new insight, new revelation. That is inspiration. And the essence of inspiration is that it comes from outside of you. That is what it calls inspiration. It's something that you take in from the outside, new ideas, new insights, new revelation, new perception, new way of seeing things. That is inspiration. And if you want to be inspired, that being capable of having those new ideas, new perspectives, new insights, in order for you to become an inspiration for your audience, there are things you have to do. You can be saying the same thing, but with a different perspective. Or you can be saying the same thing with a total different energy. You can be saying the same thing, but spiritually with a new energy. And that is very important for you to understand. Now, what can you do to be an inspired speaker and to stay inspired? First of all, I want you to understand this. The secret of inspiration is preparation. The secret of inspiration is preparation. I want you to see yourself as a high-performing athlete. And a high-performing athlete prepares every day. And I want to say also something very important you need to understand is that you will be spending more time preparing than performing, because that is how high-performing athletes understand their craft, understand their career. You will be spending more time preparing yourself than performing. So every day they prepare themselves. Every day a professional football player practices football. Every day a professional singer practices singing. Every day a professional writer practices reading and writing. You have to do things that are related to your craft that will help you get prepared every day. And if you don't understand that, you will be screwed, because there is no magic pill that you will take that will cause you to become inspired every day. No, it's about preparation. And preparation is something that happens on a daily basis. So the secret to inspiration is preparation. Second thing I want you to understand is that to be an inspiring speaker, you have to become an inspired speaker. To be inspiring, you have to be inspired. You cannot be an inspiration for people if you yourself, you are not inspired. Because I told you, it is about releasing energy. It's about releasing power. Like Jesus said, I know that someone touched me because there is a certain amount of power that was in me that went out. So somebody took that power, and I know that someone touched me. When you speak, when you are rendering ministry, when you are making a presentation, when you are standing in front of people to deliver a masterclass, a coaching program, you are delivering energy, you are releasing power, you are releasing energy. And to be inspired, to be an inspiration, you have to be inspired. It means that when you are an inspiration, people look at you as their leader, as their mentor, as their coach, as someone who has something very valuable for them, and they consume your content. They buy your course, they buy your offer, they join your mastermind, they join your course. That is the same thing you have to do. If you are not coached by someone else, you will not be an inspiration in your coaching program for your coaching clients. No. It is very important. Even Paul the apostle used to say that, follow me as I follow Christ. Imitate me as I imitate Christ. Even Christ used to say that, what I do, I do not do it by myself. I only do what I see my Father doing. It means that even Jesus had someone he looked up to get new ideas, new insights, new revelation, new perspective. And that is why it was such a powerful source of inspiration for not just his disciples, his apostles, but everybody that came into contact with him. Because first of all, he was inspired by the Father. And the apostle Paul was inspired by Jesus. That is why he was an inspiration for his followers. If you want to be an inspired speaker, you have to understand that it is critical for you, because if you fail to be inspired, you will be failing to be an inspiration. If you fail to be inspired, you will fail to inspire other people. So if you want to be and stay inspired, you have to have a leader, a coach, a mentor, someone you look up to, from who you get new ideas, new inspiration, new insights, new revelation from their books, from their coaching program, from their masterclass, from their mastermind, from their course. You have to be like that. If you don't want to be coached, you are not qualified to coach other people. When I am always consuming content from my leader, from my mentor, from that person that I see as a source of inspiration, I will never lack ideas, new ideas to share with those who are looking up to me. That is how it is. I have to be a channel. I receive from the source, my source of inspiration, and I become a source of inspiration for other people. That is something you have to understand. To be inspiring, you have to be inspired. The third thing I want you to consider is that you have to make sure that you have a daily ideas intake. A daily ideas intake. What does that mean? It means that you have to create time every day to consume powerful inspiring, life-changing, and quality content every day. It can be a book you have to read. It can be a course, a video you have to watch. You have to have something every day that you consume. It's like your physical body. For your physical body to function, for the physical body to help you move from one place to another, for your physical body to help you carry loads, you have to feed it. That is the same thing. As a speaker, you have to feed your mind and to feed your spirit with quality content, quality information. That is why it's mandatory for you every day to schedule a moment to consume, to feed your spirit, to feed your mind. You have to read every day, or you have to watch a video that will be giving you the food that your mind needs, that your spirit needs. You have to have a daily ideas intake every day. That is very important. The fourth thing is that you have to practice spontaneous, what I call spontaneous speaking. If you have to prepare yourself in such a way that even in less than 30 minutes, you are able to prepare your message and to deliver your message with power and impact, you have to practice spontaneous speaking. When you are with your friends, when we are in your house, when you are with your family, practice spontaneous speaking. Think about a topic and start sharing it. Practice it. It has to become a habit. You have to be well equipped and well experienced when it comes to spontaneous speaking. I know many speakers who cannot speak spontaneously. They have to take even months to prepare for a 30-minute message. And there is nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand that there are opportunities that will occur that will not give you that time. You will have to seize the opportunity in 10 minutes. You have to get prepared to think about what you will have to speak, how you will structure your ideas, the story you have to incorporate, what will be the call to action, and all of that. And you have to be able to do that. You have to practice spontaneous speaking in your house with your friends. When you think about a topic, start sharing it. And start sharing it as if you will be sharing it in front of your audience. So practice spontaneous speaking. That is very important. And the last thing, if you want to be to stay inspired as a speaker, to become an inspiring speaker, I want you to do this. Practice what I call paper thinking. Many people consume content, good content, but it's like after reading and after watching the video or listening to the audio program, it is finished. I want you to do this. When you read a book, I want you to have your legal part, or I don't know, a book where you write in your own words what you took from that book. Your aha moments, what you understood, the way you understood it. What is your perspective? It will change your life as a public speaker. It will help you think about the same idea, or the idea someone has. It will help you think about the same idea in a different way. And you will be able to deliver the same idea, and people will say, wow. But it is the same idea that many other people are talking about, but your perspective is different. Many speakers fall into this trap of just taking the idea of someone and sharing that idea with his perspective. If you want to bring something new, you have to bring a new light and a new perspective on the same idea. And you know what? In the mind of your audience, it will like something new. And it is new because it is something that you brought to them with a new perspective, on a new light. So I want you to practice paper thinking. That is thinking on paper. After watching a program, take a piece of paper, take your book, and write in your words what you understood, what that content helped you think about, and your perspective. Share your perspective. Add some stories from your own experience or the experience of your clients that can help you illustrate what you understood or what you took from that content or that material. Practicing paper thinking will change the game for you. It will change the game for you. It will help you come up with such powerful ideas, and there will be many of them. It will be difficult for you to be in a shortage of ideas. No, you will have many of them, because every time you read, you take time also to write on paper what you took from that book, from that material, to share your perspective, to share the other ideas that came with you reading that book. Because when you read a book or when you watch a video, you receive some ideas, and those ideas breed other ideas. I want you also to write them down, and it will help you think like a thought leader. You will not be just a speaker, you will become a thought leader. You will be able to share the same idea with a different perspective, on a different light, and it will make all the difference. So if you understand that, first of all, inspiration is about preparation. Second, to be inspiring, you have to be inspired. And third, understand that you have to practice what I call daily ideas intake. You have to practice also spontaneous speaking and paper thinking. If those 5 things, you put them into practice in your life, you will see how you will be inspired every day. Many people used to ask me that, how do you do to stay inspired? I remember maybe 3 months ago, I was about to have a training with digital marketers, and I prepared I took less than 20 minutes to get prepared. It was about mindset and productivity. I took less than 20 minutes to prepare a 90-minute training class. Can you imagine that? And the result was astounding. Just by getting the feedback, people were amazed. Oh, yeah, this is the aha moments that I had. This idea completely changed my life. But it took me less than 20 minutes because I practice spontaneous speaking every day with my friends, at the church, with my family. I practice paper thinking. I'm always consuming quality content, and I don't just consume quality content, but I also write down the same content with my perspective, with my story, with my background, using my stories and adding some new ideas in what I took from that material. And all of that helped me stay charged, full of energy, full of ideas. And I do it every day. And that is how you have to behave. You have to build that habit of consuming good content from great sources you have identified as your sources of inspiration. And when you take content from them, you consume, you write them down in your own word to assimilate those content and customize them according to who you are, and you will have, and when you practice also spontaneous speaking, you will be amazed. It will make all the difference in your career or in your business as a public speaker. This is what I wanted to share with you. If you want someone to help you because you want to go from good to great, you are already successful in what you are doing, you want to share your story with people, you want to make an impact, you have to turn your story into a coaching program, you want to turn your story into an offer, you want to use public speaking to reach more people, to make more impact and maybe more money, and you want to build that capacity, that skill of turning your life experience, your story, what you went through, your expertise into a powerful communication program. It can be a coaching program, it can be a course, it can be a challenge, it can be a presentation, it can be a masterclass. You want someone to help you do that, you can go down in the description section section. You click on the link. I will reach out to you. We will have a conversation to see if our offer matches with your intention, your aspiration, and your motivation. And if there is a matching, I will give you all the information you need practically and financially for us to work together. But I want you to understand, if you apply those 5 ideas I gave you, it will make you such an inspiring speaker because you will always be inspired. I hope you've got a lot of value from this. It was Zoe from Cameroon. Don't forget, like our video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with people you know may need this kind of content. And as I usually say, it was Zoe from Cameroon, and I wish you success.